All right, I'm here with Hollis Mathis, senior, Penn Hills High School. I've known Hollis for a long time, since 5th grade, so about 8 years now, 9 years now. And we're here to talk to you 9th graders. And I brought some students here to kind of help convince you, if I can, to what to do well, what to do right, how to do what Hollis would do differently. As far as his high school academics and what he's involved in. So if you could give the 9th graders any advice of what you would do differently as you as a 9th grader to where you are now, what would you give them?
Well, one thing that I know I would definitely try to do differently, I would try to surround myself with a better group of people. I was around with a solid group of people, but I feel like if I would have surrounded myself with even better people with like bigger ambitions with school, that I would have had an even more successful freshman year, because if there was one thing that I did like, it was probably just like social structure. I was always worried about the wrong things as a freshman. As I got into the next few years, I realized that the stuff that I thought mattered didn't really matter, so I had to make sure that I refocused on the things that did matter, which was, for me, was my sports and school. So make sure that you focus on what's important to you in high school, because this is a good time to find out what type of person you want to be whenever you leave high school, and that's an important thing, to find out who you are as a person.
With Nevada, if you could do some things over here, what advice can you give some of my 9th graders?
I would definitely not procrastinate. In 9th grade, I completely procrastinated all my work, and I almost failed 9th grade. So I didn't do like anything. I just was on my phone the entire time, which is not great.
Right.
So I would definitely actually do my homework and my schoolwork, so that I wouldn't be in that predicament later, trying to play catch up and not doing so great, because now it doesn't look great. And so
you're making up the difference. And that being said, Nevada is in AP classes now. She made up some ground and took some challenging courses and is very successful at this point. So if you have made some mistakes in 9th grade, it's not the end all. You can kind of make up some ground and challenge yourself that way. I'm here with Adia Brisker, another 12th grade girls hooper here. I'm here to talk about challenge yourself a little bit for the 9th grade. Adia Brisker's both challenged herself through basketball and through her academics. Adia, give me a little bit through academically of how you challenged yourself and kind of put yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Well, first I took honors classes during my freshman year, so I could go into being a well-taught student and following what my teachers say. And then I took AP classes later on, which helped me benefit me for college. And it was hard to juggle both, but as long as you remain focused and handle your task at hand, you'll be good, and it'll just all come along. Especially with being a student athlete, it takes a lot of determination and pride, and you have to be committed to whatever you're doing. And when you slack, you have to take responsibility for what you did, not for the teacher's fault. And you can't ask well, why did I get this grade, or why didn't I get this grade? You deserve every grade that you give. And if you have a question, you can't be disrespectful, and you have to be very reserved.
All right, I'm here with Camille Fulton, who I've known for a long time, for about 9 years as well, since I worked at Linton with these guys. And I want to ask Camille a little bit about, you came into 9th grade. You're well invested into this place. Kind of what did you strive in? What did you do well, and what kind of information would you give to the 9th graders to say, hey, here's what I would do better, here's how I would change?
9th grade year, I don't know. It's fun, but I feel as if, know what you're coming here for. Understand that this is your last 4 years. Take it serious, because it goes, when adults say it goes quick, it goes quick. Build a relationship with all the students and faculty, staff, because it'll actually help. Don't make sure, if you have a good relationship with some of your teachers, it'll make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it'll make sure you're not slacking.
I'd like that you brought up school and academics. Sports and academics. How does school influence your athletics?
Well, to be able to play, you have to be eligible. So for those who just want to play, you gotta have the grades. So even if you think that you're going to go play somewhere for free, you gotta have those grades. So even if that's the plan, you gotta have the grades. But there has to be more to that than just I'm about to just go play ball for free. So I've always made sure that I've had a real solid backup plan for just in case if I were to get hurt or if I didn't play well enough, I'd always have that solid GPA and solid test scores to fall back on. So I always tried to make sure I had a real healthy balance of plan A and plan B preparation to get to where I want to be.
AP classes, honors classes, were they always easy?
No, AP classes is definitely not easy. But for me, like, I'm like really focused. Like I don't let anything, like any distractions, promote me into doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. And as far as honors classes, like I knew transferring from Gateway was not going to be was not going to be easy. But as long as, like when I came here, I had to maneuver my way onto like being an athlete and then still focusing on school. Like athleticism for me just came, but like for the school, I always had to just put in the work, and if you didn't put in the work, then
it took practice.
Yeah.
So whenever you say have a relationship with faculty, or coaches, or how did you go about that? Like how did you maintain a relationship or get a relationship with them?
I joined the basketball team, so that helped a lot. It keeps you busy. It's hard to maintain, but it holds you to a standard. Like you have to do good in order to play, and you got to be able to hold yourself accountable.
So in high school, what do you think you did well?
Balancing my sports and my academics. I always made sure that I had time for my academics. They always came first, but I also knew that I had to spend as much time as I could on my sports. So my academics were always first though. I always tried to make sure that I took care of my grades, took care of the things I needed to be taken care of first before I was able to work on the sports part. Because once you get the academic stuff out the way, you already know that you're a good talent in whatever sport that you're playing, and you just need to have that time to practice it and keep getting better. So you got to make sure that you
both sports and academic.
Yeah, you got to be able
agree.
to time management.
Being that AP classes, honors classes were not always easy, but was it worth it?
Yes, because definitely worth it at the end, because now that I'm committed to Niagara, which is Division I and like a big school, it takes like, now that I look back on it, like it gives me like pride and it gives me confidence now, like you did it. And like the AP teachers, like they helped me along the way as well. They taught very well, but you can't always rely on your teachers. Like sometimes you can't rely on what you learned in the classroom. Sometimes you have to rely on yourself and go outside of the box and like just do the work yourself outside and not inside the classroom all the time. You have to take responsibility as well. And AP wasn't, I could say that now, like I just look back and say I'm so happy I took AP classes, because I took the test and I actually scored really high, so now I don't have any introductory classes, as many as I thought I would, and now I could just go into my career and what I need to do.
But it took some work to get there.
Yes.
A lot of work. All right, thanks, Adia.
You're welcome.
Would you encourage ninth graders to get involved somehow in high school?
Yeah, like even if you do play sports, don't just do that sport. Get into some clubs, meet some different type of people. I've been able to join and mingle with a whole lot of different groups of people just for the fact that I wanted to try out some different clubs. So I got to meet a lot of cool people in the gardening club that I've been in, so that's been real cool. So you just got to make sure that you get out and talk to people, mingle with people, because there's a lot of cool people in this high school that you may not even know that are in your grade. So make sure you get out and join some clubs and get involved.
So what are some things that you did well here, some things that you would encourage other students to take part in?
Definitely, we have a lot of like extracurricular activities that are really good. I'm very socially anxious, and I don't get along with people because I'm not very outgoing to get to know you.
Right.
So I joined play, and that was amazing, and I made some friends, and then they convinced me to join musical, which I absolutely love, and I love musical. and then I made a whole lot more friends, and just knowing like more people in the school than when I originally came here really helps, because then you don't feel so alone, because it's a really big school. So if you don't feel alone, it's easier to walk about the hall and not feel scared the entire time.
So I encourage you to take a chance
Yes.
a little bit and kind of jump outside of your comfort zone. And with that, you met some people, as Hollis would say earlier, that you may not have known in the last place. So if you can sing or dance, or you jump into the musical, Miss Williams would love that. Yeah. Talk about sort of the social aspect, maybe as a ninth grader, remembering back then and where you are now, because we've all come a long way.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit to our ninth graders.
I was always like a social kid, but joining the clubs and stuff, it helped me a lot, like learning how to talk in front of people, learning how to get new friendships, because sometimes, like as a ninth grader, you might be like, it's freshman year, I don't really want to talk to anybody, I'm scared, where do I do this, where do I do that? But getting friends, like upperclassmen friends, choose the right ones, because they could guide you a long way, but they could also keep you out of a lot of trouble.
You part of any other clubs?
I am the secretary of Key Club, which is a volunteer-based club, and we work a lot with the community, and that's a lot of fun. I don't get to volunteer as much as I want because I am in other things outside of school, but I do a lot of the stuff that is behind the scenes. Like I do a lot of the paperwork, and it's really rewarding to be able to help out other people. We recently did a Tree of Life fundraiser for the Tree of Life Synagogue that was massacred a couple months ago, and we're going to be putting up a tree very soon with a bunch of leaves that we've collected from students, and we did a sock drive and just help out the community.
It's amazing what kids do.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Noelle.
Don't be afraid to socialize and network, because it'll help you. And then as you get upperclassmen, you can help the younger kids and teach them from everything you went through. So I feel like socializing is a big part.
That's a big message.
Yeah.
All right, Camille, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would try to surround myself with a better group of people.
Joining the clubs and stuff, it helped me a lot.
Being a student athlete, it takes a lot of determination and pride.
If you have a good relationship with some of your teachers, they'll make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I would definitely not procrastinate.
Sometimes you have to rely on yourself.
I joined play, and that was amazing.
Put in the work.
Make sure that you focus on what's important to you.
As long as you remain focused.
You gotta have a grade.
Take it serious, because it goes, like when adults say it goes quick, it goes quick.
You can't be disrespectful, and you have to be very reserved.
My academics were always first though.
And we work a lot with the community.
You gotta be able to hold yourself accountable.
Get into some clubs, meet some different type of people.
Just help out the community.
And when you slack, you have to take responsibility.
There's a lot of cool people in this high school that you may not even know that are in your grade.
Build a relationship with all the students and faculty, staff.
I don't let anything, any distractions, promote me into doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing.
It's really rewarding to be able to help out other people.
Don't be afraid.
All right, it's a wrap. That was easy.